The Underground is weird, isn't it? I mean, if it wasn't, I probably wouldn't have much of a channel, but yeah, there are all sorts of oddities. For instance, there are two completely unconnected stations called Edgware Road. Same deal at Hammersmith. Two stations, same name, no connection. And then you have Bank and Monument, which are two different names for the same station. For the benefit of those unfamiliar with the Underground, Bank/Monument is a major interchange station served by the Northern, Central, District, Circle and Waterloo and City lines plus the Docklands Light Railway. Monument is used to refer to the District and Circle line bit, everything else is called Bank. But things used to be even more confusing. Now, as I've said before, I find Bank a very annoying station. It's huge and sprawling, and it tends to be crowded and hot, and you can tell there was no central planning behind its construction. Rather, what happened was that several different companies built their own stations here, and eventually it was decided to just merge them into one as best they could. Monument was the first station to be built. It was part of the project to construct what would become the Circle Line, and was jointly built by the District Railway and the Metropolitan Railway. The scheme had been in the offing since the 1860s, but it wasn't until the 6th of October 1884 that the line was complete enough for a station to open here. The station was called Eastcheap, which is ironic because this stretch of line had been anything but cheap. On the 1st of November that same year, the station was renamed to The Monument, after the monument. In 1890, the City and South London Railway arrived in town. This would later become the Northern Line, or at least part of it. However, when they first showed up, their station here was on a different site. It was at nearby King William Street, and so that's what they called their station. In 1898, another company got in on the act. The Waterloo and City Railway opened their station on the 8th of August. Now, this line had been built on behalf of another company, the London and South Western Railway, who wanted away from Waterloo to the city. Consequently, their station here was known by the simple name of City. The City and South London Railway wanted to extend their line north, so they had to reroute. Old King William Street and the tunnels leading to it were abandoned. On the 26th of February 1900, the new station opened, and this time it was called Bank, after, yes, the Bank of England. So that was settled, right? Wrong. On the 30th of July 1900, the Central London Railway, who would become the Central Line, came through, and they too opened a station on site, and they called it Cornhill. Granted, they soon renamed it, in line with the City and South London Railway, with whom they shared a ticket hall. How soon, Jago? I don't know, theoretical viewer, it doesn't say in this book. Actually, that shared ticket hall resulted in a bit of staff confusion. It was also connected to the Waterloo and City Railway. The Waterloo and City staff referred to it as City Ticket Hall, while the Central London and City and South London referred to it as Bank. So yes, even though these were effectively all the same station, the illogical naming scheme persisted. The problem wouldn't be resolved until 1940, when the Waterloo and City line grumpily agreed to rename their station in line with the others. In 1991, the Docklands Light Railway came along and said, "Hey, what'd I miss?" And the other lines said, "Nothing much, you gonna call your station Bank or what?" The physical connection between Bank and Monument was built in 1933. Of course, it would make a lot of sense to rename Monument to Bank, just as happened with City. But in recent years, things have become complicated again. In 2018, a new entrance to Bank Station opened, and, well, you can see it from Cannon Street Station, which is the next station along the District and Circle lines. Another entrance is being constructed on Cannon Street itself. Actually, Cannon Street is geographically closer to the Waterloo and City and Central Line platforms than Monument is. It's even listed as an out-of-station interchange, so for the purposes of ticketing, Bank and Cannon Streets effectively are the same station. So, in a sense, you could walk from Cannon Street to Monument without actually leaving Bank Station. Do you see how confusing this all is? Do you see the nonsense I have to put up with? So there you go. That is the story of how Bank got its name. Or Monument. Or The Monument. Or King William Street. Or Cornhill. or Eastcheap, or City, or Cannon Street, or maybe just get off at the stop beforehand and walk. Hello there, I hope you enjoyed this monumental tale from the tube. If you did, I would absolutely love it if you'd click the like button, and I'd just go wild with happiness if you'd subscribe for more content like this. Thanks as always to the kind folk on Ko-fi and Patreon, you are the bank to my monument. And I'll see you all again very soon for another tale from the tube.